Walk with me on the devil's left-way path, where we will take several turns along the way. This path is multifaceted, dark, light, and everything falling betwixt. Crooked our steps will be, for the journey is never straight nor narrow. Greetings and salutations. I am Kindra Ravenmoon. Welcome to the Thorn Rose Witch podcast. Here is where we discuss a bit about everything that falls under the umbrella of dark spirituality, witchcraft, Satanism, devil worship, and all things related above, below, and beyond. How are you doing today? I hope that everything is going well with you. Just a heads up, this will be the last podcast episode for 2025, but don't worry, all will resume in 2026 with the first episode of the new year to air Saturday, January 10th. Please note that after December 26th, I will be away and not be active online until January the 10th. However, I will try to find some time beforehand to pre-record and schedule an upload for either a couple of book reviews or a personal story to share in my playlist, Kindra's Corner, just to keep the ball rolling for you until I return. Now, the subject of Christmas and the annual holiday celebrations that take place around this time of year, be they marked as Christian or another Abrahamic religion, seems to be a period of unrest, depression, annoyance, and feeling unheard. Like you're feeling like the odd one out. For many witches, neo-pagans, especially for practitioners of dark paganism and Satanists, feel like you just don't belong during all this holiday brouhaha. With many feeling that Christians stole and appropriated the initial pagan holiday, trying to override the winter solstice, also known as Yule, with their fabricated story of the birth of the Christ child on the 25th of December. Christmas tends to be a very sensitive topic and often one that leads to arguments and unease with family members who are not pagan, Satanists, or witches. Many Satanists and witches would rather take a stand than join in any Christmas activity such as dinners, games, exchange of Christmas presents, caroling, etc. A former Satanist, now turned Christian again, has once preached, or had once preached, I should say, or more like dictated, that Satanists should avoid anything Christmas or any celebration that is not satanic, even if it means distancing themselves from family, friends, or work colleagues. In my opinion, this is a rubbish piece of advice. For one, if you're a Satanist, witch, pagan, etc., and are strong in your practice and your connection to Satan, pagan gods, your spirits, or whatever it is that you connect with, your knowing and beliefs are solid in what you stand for, then why distance yourself from a celebration you grew up with that brought you joy? More often than not, people are not honoring the Christian God during this time. Christmas actually, for the mass majority, has nothing to do with the Christian religion or anything religious, but rather the holiday, like most everything, is plagued with consumerism, consumption, and social expectations. People gather during this time of year to connect, share food, and exchange presents for some, for most actually, Some will take part in activities such as Christmas themed games, caroling, or what else. You can decide which holiday activities you will or will not partake in, but you shouldn't have to deny yourself the joy of celebrating anything. Trust when I say that you're not offending the devil or any pagan deities you might honor by celebrating anything other than the winter solstice. They really don't care. After all, Christmas in general is one of the most, if not the most, satanic of holidays, and it falls during the darkest and most haunting time of year. Paranormal activity is at its highest during this season. For some satanic and folkloric witchcraft traditions, December 25th is marked for being a high black mass. In Orthodox Satanism, it is the highest of the four high black masses. If by chance your family is in the habit of saying grace or offering any prayers to the Christian God during their holiday meal, you don't have to be a jerk about it. There's nothing you can say or do to change their minds on this and being adversarial about it while visiting their home will only create unease and arguments you don't need. I suggest that if you're at a family dinner or any kind of gathering or dinner with others who decide that they want to get all godly during any holiday meal, just be silent. Allow them to pray. Maybe while they pray or say grace, to yourself do the same, but to your God. Maybe in advance, make it clear to them not to ask you to say grace or lead any prayers because your views are different and you don't want to make a scene if you were to conduct a task in your way. The majority of Satanists and witches don't need to worry about such a situation because their families don't bother with prayers anyway. Um, but for the few whose families do, try to look past it. If this is the only thing keeping you from attending a holiday gathering. Now, for those whose families attend a Christmas church service like a like a midnight mass, for example, I recommend if you feel uncomfortable attending, inform your family in advance that you won't attend, but you'll be with them for dinner and any other holiday activities. But keep in mind that being a Satanist or a witch, your power or connection to your God or gods doesn't weaken if you step into a church. If you're cunning, you can gladly join your family in attending a Christmas Mass. Just the fact that you, being one of the devil's own, your presence alone is enough to taint the service without anyone being the wiser. You can empower yourself from the energy that's given off through the experience and smile at how blasphemistic your presence is. During their hymns and prayers, you can address your prayers to the devil, or if you're pagan, to any deity you honor. For the hymns, just don't sing. Maybe close your eyes and focus on taking in the energy being put out by the attendants, or quietly sing your version of the hymns to your God. My point here is you don't have to be the reason for conflict over religious views during your family's holiday gathering. Why bring that heavy weight upon yourself? And why deprive yourself of a good time with some cheer, with close family, and maybe some whom you haven't seen in a long while? Now, this being said, I know that some of you do stem from really toxic families who don't accept anything about you because you're not living life as they dictate. You feel drained and negative just being in their presence at any given moment, holiday or other. The thought of seeing any of them brings on dread, and if you attend anything involving them, You do so because you feel obligated, like you don't have a choice in the matter. If this is the case, then know that you are under no obligation to meet with them just because it's a holiday or just because they're family. Your well being and mental health are what are important. Sometimes one's true family is not blood related, and this is more than all right and perfectly healthy. You can still honor the holiday season in your own way. Whatever you do it as long as it brings you joy and fulfillment. I bid everyone listening to this here a very Merry Solstice, a Merry Christmas, and Happy Holidays in general. I also wish a very Happy New Year in advance here. Happy New Year's, everybody. I wish you all the very best in happiness, wealth, joy, and good health to bless you throughout 2026. Darkest love and infernal blessings to you, my dears, under Lucifer's light.